Hello and welcome back to Mind Over Matter, the show where science meets mystery and the universe becomes a little less strange, maybe. I'm your host, Subrata, and today we're diving deep into a topic that sounds like science fiction, but is very real. Quantum entanglement and the conscious brain. And joining us is someone who's been bridging the gap between quantum physics and neuroscience, Dr. Jessica Carter, a quantum neurophilosopher. Jessica, welcome to the show.
Hi, Subrata. Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to talk about this fascinating intersection of quantum physics and the mind.
Let's set the stage first. Quantum entanglement. To many of us, it sounds like a plot twist in a Marvel movie. Could you give us a quick, non-mathematical breakdown?
Absolutely. Quantum entanglement is a phenomenon where two or more particles become linked in such a way that the state of one instantly influences the state of the other, no matter how far apart they are. Einstein famously called it spooky action at a distance.
And now the million-dollar question, how does this spooky behavior possibly connect to the conscious brain?
That's where things get both exciting and controversial. Some researchers propose that certain quantum processes, like entanglement, might be at play in the brain's neural activity, particularly in structures like microtubules within neurons. The idea is that consciousness might not just be biochemical. It could have a quantum component.
So you're saying our thoughts might be influenced by entangled particles?
Laughs. In theory, yes. The Orch-OR theory, proposed by Roger Penrose and Stuart Hameroff, suggests that quantum computations inside microtubules could collapse in a way that gives rise to consciousness. It's speculative, but it's gaining traction as neuroscience hits the limits of classical explanations.
That's wild. Could this mean that consciousness might be non-local, like entangled minds?
Now you're venturing into deep water. Some thinkers believe entanglement could explain phenomena like intuition, telepathy, or even collective consciousness. But we're not there yet. What we do know is that quantum coherence has been observed in biological systems, like photosynthesis and bird navigation. So the brain being quantum, not as crazy as it once sounded.
Let's ground this a bit. If this theory holds, what could it change in science or medicine?
Huge implications. Imagine developing brain-computer interfaces that operate on quantum principles, or treating mental disorders by targeting quantum imbalances, not just chemical ones. It also opens doors to redefining what consciousness is, from a side effect of the brain to a fundamental property of the universe.
That's both inspiring and unsettling. Are there experiments right now testing these ideas?
Yes, though it's tricky. Quantum states are fragile and the brain is warm and wet, usually a nightmare for quantum coherence. But there are labs exploring quantum vibrations in microtubules and trying to detect entangled states in biological systems.
Before we wrap up, what would you say to listeners who are intrigued but skeptical?
Great question. Skepticism is healthy, especially in science. But history shows that paradigm shifts often start where skepticism meets curiosity. Stay open, keep asking questions, and don't be afraid to explore the unknown.
Beautifully said. Jessica, thank you for opening this portal into the quantum mind. We'll definitely have to continue this conversation again.
My pleasure, Subrata. Anytime.
That's it for today's episode of Mind Over Matter. If your neurons are tingling with questions, send them in. And remember, the universe might be entangled, but your mind is never alone. Until next time, stay curious.